Rights of citizens. The Constitution of India grants certain special rights only to citizens, which are essential for the proper functioning of democracy. These rights include the right to equality in matters of non-discrimination and public employment, the 6 freedoms under Article 19 such as freedom of speech and expression, movement, residence, association, and profession, and the cultural and educational rights to preserve language, script, and culture. Only citizens enjoy political rights like the right to vote, contest elections, and hold important constitutional offices. These rights are not available to foreigners, showing that citizenship carries special privileges and responsibilities. The rights of citizens ensure freedom, equality, participation in governance, and protection of individual dignity, thereby strengthening democracy and promoting national unity in India. Only citizens enjoy certain fundamental rights, such as Article 15, no discrimination. Article 16, equality of opportunity in public employment. Article 19, 6 freedoms. Right to vote and contest elections. Only citizens enjoy certain fundamental rights, such as Article 15, no discrimination. Article 15 of the Indian Constitution guarantees the principle of equality by prohibiting discrimination against citizens on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. It ensures that no citizen is denied access to shops, hotels, restaurants, places of public entertainment, or public facilities maintained by the state. At the same time, Article 15 allows the state to make special provisions for women, socially and educationally backward classes, and scheduled castes and scheduled tribes to remove historical inequalities and promote social justice. It also permits reservation in educational institutions, except minority institutions, for the upliftment of backward sections. Thus, Article 15 not only prevents unfair discrimination but also supports protective discrimination, aiming to create a fair, inclusive, and equal society in India. Article 16, equality of opportunity in public employment. Article 16 of the Indian Constitution guarantees equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to public employment or appointment to any office under the state. It provides that no citizen shall be discriminated against on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, or residence in public jobs. At the same time, Article 16 allows the state to make special provisions for backward classes, including scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, in the form of reservation, if they are not adequately represented in public services. It also permits reasonable requirements like residence for certain posts and provisions for promotion with reservation as per constitutional amendments. Thus, Article 16 ensures a balance between equal opportunity and social justice, helping to create a fair and inclusive public employment system in India. Article 19, 6 freedoms. Article 19 of the Indian Constitution guarantees 6 important freedoms only to citizens of India, which are essential for personal liberty and democratic functioning. These freedoms include the freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form associations or unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to reside and settle in any part of India, and freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. These rights are not absolute and are subject to reasonable restrictions imposed by the state in the interest of sovereignty and integrity of India, security of the state, public order, morality, and other similar grounds. Article 19 plays a vital role in protecting individual liberty, encouraging free expression, and strengthening democracy in India. Cultural and educational rights, Articles 29 and 30. Right to preserve language, script, and culture. Minorities have the right to establish and manage educational institutions. Articles 29 and 30 of the Indian Constitution protect the cultural and educational rights of citizens, especially minorities. Article 29 gives any section of citizens the right to conserve their distinct language, script, or culture and protects them from discrimination in admission to educational institutions maintained by the state. Article 30 grants religious and linguistic minorities the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice, ensuring that they can preserve and promote their identity. The state is also prohibited from discriminating against minority institutions while granting aid. These rights help maintain India's cultural diversity, promote tolerance, and ensure that minority communities can develop freely within the constitutional framework, thereby strengthening unity in diversity. Cultural and educational rights, Articles 29 and 30. Right to preserve language, script, and culture. Minorities have the right to establish and manage educational institutions. Articles 29 and 30 of the Indian Constitution protect the cultural and educational rights of citizens, especially minorities. Article 29 gives any section of citizens the right to conserve their distinct language, script, or culture and protects them from discrimination in admission to educational institutions maintained by the state. Article 30 grants religious and linguistic minorities the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice, ensuring that they can preserve and promote their identity. The state is also prohibited from discriminating against minority institutions while granting aid. These rights help maintain India's cultural diversity, promote tolerance, and ensure that minority communities can develop freely within the constitutional framework, thereby strengthening unity in diversity. Political rights. Political rights are those rights that allow citizens to take part in the governance of the country. In India, only citizens enjoy political rights such as the right to vote in elections, the right to contest elections, and the right to hold public and constitutional offices like President, Vice President, Governor, Member of Parliament, or Member of Legislative Assembly. These rights are exercised according to the provisions of the Constitution and election laws made by Parliament. Foreigners do not enjoy political rights in India. Political rights strengthen democracy, accountability, and public participation, as they enable citizens to choose their representatives and also give them the opportunity to represent the people in government. Only citizens can vote in elections, contest elections, hold constitutional offices like President, Vice President, Judge, etc. Rights not available to foreigners. Article 15, Non-discrimination. Article 16, Public employment. Article 19, 6 freedoms. Articles 29 and 30, Cultural and educational rights. Right to vote and contest elections. Under the Constitution of India, certain rights are reserved only for citizens and are not available to foreigners. Foreigners do not enjoy the right to equality under Article 15 and equality of opportunity in public employment under Article 16. They are also denied the 6 freedoms guaranteed under Article 19, such as freedom of speech and expression, movement, residence, and profession. Further, foreigners do not have cultural and educational rights under Articles 29 and 30, and they do not possess political rights like the right to vote, contest elections, or hold constitutional offices. These restrictions ensure that certain important rights and responsibilities remain exclusively with Indian citizens, thereby protecting national interest and sovereignty. Importance of rights of citizens. Ensures democracy and participation. Protects individual liberty. Promotes unity, equality, and justice. The rights of citizens are extremely important for the working of democracy in India. These rights protect citizens from arbitrary actions of the state and ensure freedom, equality, and dignity in social and political life. Rights such as freedom of speech, equality in public employment, and the right to vote allow citizens to actively participate in governance and hold the government accountable. Cultural and educational rights help preserve India's diversity, while political rights strengthen democratic institutions. Overall, the rights of citizens promote justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, which are the core values of the Indian Constitution, and help in building a free, fair, and inclusive society. Conclusion. In conclusion, the rights of citizens form the foundation of Indian democracy. They ensure that citizens live with freedom, equality, and dignity, while also enabling active participation in the governance of the country. These rights protect individuals from misuse of power, promote social justice, and preserve cultural diversity. By guaranteeing civil, political, and cultural rights exclusively to citizens, the Constitution strengthens national unity and democratic values, making the rights of citizens essential for a strong, just, and democratic India.